Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the Armor's Block, which is brought to you by Blue Coat Arms Company. No matter your era, we got your cinch. We're a family-operated, full-service gunsmith shop right here in Central Illinois.
And this is the after-hours version of the shop, meaning that you are hanging out with us while we talk through the stuff that actually helps you while having a few drinks, maybe.
I'm Hootie, founder and lead gunsmith of Blue Coat Arms, LLC.
And I'm Lydia. I run the back end of the shop and, help try to keep the wheels on the wagon, so to speak. This week we launched our very first ad campaign.
And y'all, Facebook does not make that shit easy.
It was so cumbersome and annoying to the point that I literally looked at him and asked, why do they have to make this so difficult?
Which I replied, well, if it were easy, everyone would be making millions off Facebook ads.
Which is true, but also rude.
Which is fair. But here's the point. When something matters, the details matter.
And if you don't know the language, you click something wrong, you buy the wrong thing, or you just explain the whole problem wrong.
That's exactly why today's episode exists. Firearm terminology. Not to sound fancy, but to communicate clearly and stay safe.
Question of the day. And this week we want stories.
If you've been around guns a while, start your comment with Day 1 Tip. And tell us a term you wish you had learned earlier. Or a mix-up that you've seen that caused real problems.
And if you're newer, start with new shooter question and tell us the term that confuses you right now.
And we'll read a few of them on a future episode. Alright, so learning the language of firearms, gunsmithing, in general, is the first step to real confidence.
And it's not about being a know-it-all, which I know we all know someone that loves to be a know-it-all about these kind of things. I'm not looking at you. This time.
No, it's about safety. So instructions are clear. It's about repairs, so you can describe the issues accurately. And it's about buying the right parts so that you don't waste money.
Same way that ads are hard because one wrong setting changes everything, one wrong word can change what someone thinks you mean. And that's actually something that I have seen a lot in my previous job as a service advisor in the car industry, because one thing that somebody thinks like this term means this means something a whole lot different to the technician that works on these things from day to day. And that one mistake can cost a whole lot of time because you're looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah. So one of the things that Lydia and I strive for in this podcast, our school community, and just our content in general, is we want to help you guys and the firearms community out no matter where you are. We literally want to take you to my car makes clunk clunk, my gun no bang bang, to being able to confidently describe your problem to the gunsmith to save you hours of trouble.
Yeah. And money, because that saves time for the person trying to diagnose the issue.
Yes. So, on that note, we are going to jump in now to the 3 top mix-ups that we hear constantly on a weekly basis. So, first one, magazine versus clip. So, the magazine is what feeds ammunition into the firearm. A clip is a device that is used to load ammunition into the magazine.
So if you say, I need a clip, and you actually mean a magazine, you're going to buy the wrong thing or get the wrong help. And also probably get silently judged by people like Hootie. Because, movies like to make things up.
I will judge you. I won't necessarily charge you. I will judge you, though, but...
Most of the time, silently.
Moving on.
Number 2, bullet versus cartridge. Bullet is the projectile. Cartridge is the whole assembled round, meaning case, primer, powder, and bullet.
So when you call the whole thing a bullet, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but it can cause confusion when you are trying to explain to me a troubleshooting issue. Next, automatic versus semi-automatic.
Alright, so this one usually gets people sideways fast, so we're going to slow down and be super clear on this one.
Yep. So this is not about internet arguments. It is about understanding how firearms actually function. So semi-automatic means you depress the trigger and it fires one round. The firearm uses that recoil or gas system to cycle the action, eject the spent casing, load the next round, but it will not fire again until you press the trigger again.
So in other words, one trigger press equals one bang. That's the simplest way to remember it.
Okay. Automatic or fully automatic, if we want to go there. But no. So automatic means you press and hold the trigger and it will continue firing multiple rounds until you release the trigger or it runs out of ammunition.
And that difference matters for a few reasons, actually.
So, first, safety and training. If you do not understand what your firearm is designed to do, you cannot handle it responsibly.
Second, communication. If you tell a gunsmith, my gun went full auto, that could mean either a serious malfunction, like talking runaway situation here, or it could mean you just didn't know the term for what happened.
Third, legal and compliance. Certain terms and certain functions are regulated differently depending on where you live. Like here.
Yeah.
Full autos and automatics are an automatic no-go. So, being accurate with your language helps you stay out of trouble.
Bottom line, learn the words so you can describe what's happening without the confusion, and so you can get the right help.
All right. Rifle terms. Rifles have their own vocabulary, and a lot of it ties to accuracy. So we started going down this road on our last episode, the Rifles 101 episode, but we'll get into a little bit more here. So, rifling. Rifling are the spiral grooves in the barrel that help spin and stabilize the bullet. The crown. This is the muzzle end of the barrel where damage here can absolutely wreck accuracy. Bedding. Bedding is how the action sits in the stock. So you may have heard of bedding jobs to increase accuracy. This helps improve the overall symmetry, barrel harmonics, and overall accuracy on a custom gun. Last term, headspace. Headspace is a critical measurement for safety and function.
And different platforms have different quirks.
Yep. Lever guns, bolt guns, ARs, They all speak slightly different dialects. Shotguns! Shotguns are a whole different animal. So, chokes. Chokes are meant to control pattern spread. Forcing cones. They are a transition area that affect recoil and pattern. And barrel length. Barrel length in a shotgun is like any other firearm. It changes handling and swing.
And there's the classic line. You point a shotgun. You don't aim it like a rifle.
Also, fun shop fact. Tampons were invented by a British gunsmith to help keep shotgun barrels rust-free.
See, now I just have the question of who decided to shove it somewhere else first.
I don't know. I'm also going to admit this is kind of one of those like unverified beliefs, but I have also heard it enough over the years of being a gunsmith. Like, I kind of want this to be true, but I can't absolutely 100% state that it's true, but it's just interesting that barrel lubrication in England and tampons like came out around the same time.
See, I've also heard that they were originally created to like stop bleeding from bullet holes, so it still is firearm related.
And I have heard that too, but see, the whole like British gunsmith tampon thing is older than that.
Huh.
So
I love when the podcast just gets like completely off the rails and weird for a good 30 seconds.
This is where we are now, and this is why you guys love us. Anyway, handgun terms.
Moving on.
We're moving on from tampons to hands. So handguns have a ton of modern terms that people hear online. I'm not going to lie, I'm looking at these notes now, and these aren't just tied to handguns. That's why I have pause. But anyway, still accurate. So, co-witness. Co-witness is the use of iron sights along with a red dot or a scope or some other optic device. Compensators. Compensators help reduce muzzle rise and recoil. Slide to frame fit. This can affect feel and reliability and should be as tight as possible. Ejection ports. This is where the spent case exits.
Sorry, I got distracted by the dog. And also, none of this is meant to intimidate you. It's just meant to give you handles for the concepts and, also make sure that you're not just regurgitating whatever, like, key phrase a movie or a TV show chose to throw at you that is probably completely inaccurate at any given time.
No. We will happily build you or walk you through any project or scenario that you want to build. But you would not believe the amount of calls and emails that we get about movie guns, video game guns, like things that just do not physically exist.
Yeah. Okay, shop talk. Here's how to make your gunsmith visit 10 times smoother.
So,
coming from the former service advisor.
Yeah. So, tell us what the firearm actually is. Make, model, and caliber if you know it. Describe what it is doing in plain language. Jams, light strikes, won't group, etc. And to Lydia's credit, I'm going to tell you, as much as you might be humiliated by my gun won't pew pew or whatever, like most oftentimes a technician will take that over some bullshit that you read over the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
please.
be honest up to the level of knowledge that you have.
And please, for the love of all things holy, do not come in saying, well, I read on this forum that...
So, number 3, try to tell us when the malfunction happens. If it's the first round, the last round, if it only happens with this certain ammo or this certain gun oil, because malfunctions do get that picky, like...
which we've actually seen recently.
All of those details matter. And then lastly, bring the magazine and the ammo that causes the problem if you can.
And you don't have to know every term, because trust me, nobody really does. Like, it's okay. Give us the best that you can. We'll work it out from there. That's our job.
Exactly. We will always try to meet you where you are at. But the more clear and distinctive you can be, the faster we can diagnose your problem and give you help. All right. Question of the day again.
And again, if you're experienced in this, comment day 1 tip and say what term do you wish that you learned earlier, or what mix-up have you seen cause problems?
And again, new shooter question for the newbies. What term is confusing to you right now?
And after-hour bonus for the finishers.
If you have a firearm that you want checked out, or you just want a professional set of eyes on it before you start throwing parts at it, we have our $65 field strip inspection.
Basic field strip cleaning, then a full muzzle to magwell inspection.
And you get a next day prioritized report. What needs attention now, what can wait, and what we recommend.
And if you move forward with any of that work, that $65 gets applied as a down payment toward your final bill.
And if you're specifically having rifle issues, ask us about our troubleshooting guide that we are giving away for free right now, which not only covers rifles, but also covers shotguns, pistols, and revolvers. It's a simple checklist way to narrow down what's going on before you waste time and ammo.
All right, that's it for today.
Learn the language, communicate clearly, and you will be much safer and also spend a lot less money and a lot less headache explaining to us what is going on, and you will get better results.
No matter your era,
we got your 6. Mic check 1, 2. Hey, hey. Hootie's mic check.
Do you ever expect me to actually do that with you?
No.
Okay, good.
I just do it because it's reflex based off of years and years of having to do this kind of shit.
See, I feel like I was a sound guy's worst nightmare because I hate mic checks. So anytime we would have a band gig, I'd just be like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. That's why the very first time that I ran sound for a show that you were in, I would just sing country music.
Gretchen Wilson, to be specific.
Because it's the only thing I could get you to do to get like some range out of you ahead of time.
Yeah. And now you got me doing a podcast. I would much rather be singing.
Well, the people are waiting.
Okay, well, you come up with an actual theme song and we'll talk.
Done.